Hi. Hi, everybody. Good morning. All right, let me give you a cookie and then you'll stop whining. Okay. All right, here you go. Here you go. So I can go and talk to my friends. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Hi. Oh, let's see who we got. Loretta, Ardeen, Dawn, Deborah, Brenda, Gail. Oh, did I say Diane? Well, I'll say it again. Diane. Hey, there's Gail. I haven't seen you in a while, Gail. How are you? How are you all doing? Um, so let's see. We're back. We're back to a 3 day a week schedule. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to expand that as I start to feel better. But I'm just so glad to be back with you 3 days a week. And I have so many projects that I want to do and to share with you. Most of them are from outside designers, and the next time that we'll meet will be Friday. So on Friday, we're going to be doing Freebie Friday. And I just wanted to show you where we're going to get the freebies from. There is a woman right here. This is she. Her name is Angie, and she has a website. She's had it for many years. I've been using her website for many years. It's called Burton Avenue, BURTON Avenue.com. And if you go there and you log into her library, you will find dozens and dozens and dozens of images that you can, or projects, I should say they're full projects. And they include tutorials. And she does also now have an SVG file shop, but her free files are all housed in a big old library that she continues to add to. So we are going to, I haven't picked the project yet, but we're going to probably pick something from her Craftmas. She does a thing every year called the 25 days of Craftmas. So we're on day 12 right now of the 25 days of Craftmas for 2023. And there are already like 2 or 3 projects that I want to do. And so go familiarize yourself with her website and join me again on Friday at 9 o'clock so that we can do a couple of her projects and I can show you, how to download from her site, upload into Design Space, and all that fun stuff. So that's just a preview. Yeah, joyful. Oh, you know what, Loretta? I do need to talk with you all about the Joy, the Cricut Joy. I received a notification. I'm not sure if you have a Joy, you probably got the same notification I did that said the Joy app. So this was an independent app that was created by Cricut when they launched the Joy 3 or so years ago that we always used I always used in my tutorials about the Joy because I found it super easy. But apparently not enough people are using the Joy app, so they are retiring it. And I've been told that all of the content that is been or that was in the Joy app, including there was like almost 2,000 insert cards. I find this a little hard to believe, but they said all of those insert cards are available in Design Space, but they're not easy to find. And so what I ended up, I talked to somebody over at Cricut, and they said that if you had some special ones that you liked, you can look up the code. I'm going to have to show you how to do that. So in a sense, it will be a joyful Christmas, a joyful Friday. And we will be getting back to our Joy, even though they're going to take away that app, because you can use the Joy and the Extra with the regular Cricut Design Space app. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with it. It's just I want to be able to search and be able to find all those insert cards because there are quite a few of them. And I wish there was just one place that they were all together, Jamie. So it came as a little bit of a shock to me last night, but then I thought about it and I'm like, well, that makes sense. You know, they want to keep everybody in the reason why they did come out with that Joy app back when they launched was for people who had no experience in design space. And this was before they made any changes to design space. And I think they've made it more user friendly. So maybe their thought is, you know, it's going to be more user friendly. So we don't need that app. But I liked it. So, so there you go. I don't do change well. Anyway, let's come back to today. I know we looked at Friday, and we're going to be talking today about some ornament cards. These are cards that also include an ornament that you can send, and somebody could put a little, you know, hook on them and hang them on their tree. I was able to find 4 of them. These are by Rob and Bob, but I was only able to do 2 of them, the Santa Claus one and the llama one. But there are 4, and I'm going to show you where to find them. And we're going to talk about them, and we'll put together the llama and the Santa Claus one. I kind of bit off a little more than I could chew when I said that I was going to make all 4 of them. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to push myself, which is what I always do. And so I did 2 of them. But if you want to see the sloth or the elf made, it's very similar to what the other ones are like. So I picked 2 and figured 50%. Yeah, you can't. Yes, right, Jamie. So Jamie's saying, so she has a Joy Extra, and oh my gosh, yeah, I'll get to that, Loretta. Um, so yeah, Jamie Leonard, who is with us today on the app, she was one of the first people to get the Joy Extra, and she's been using that in place of the regular Joy. And I don't blame her. I haven't had a chance to play with my Extra, but it really is kind of a perfect size. And so you know, just kind of it's gone bigger than the 4.5 inches to about 8.5 inches. So it's sort of like the medium sized. So you get Joy, which is small, and then you get the Joy Extra, which is kind of like a medium size, and then you get all the other machines, and then you've got what that new one, Venture, that's even bigger. So they've got small, medium, large, extra large, that sort of thing, right in if you're looking for machines. I found the Joy Extra to be very nice, but I've only played with it a little bit because of my illness, but I will be playing with it more, and we will be getting back to Joyful Fridays. But this Friday is going to be Freebie Friday, and it's going to be from Burton Avenue. So let's get down to business. I agree, Jamie. And so Loretta has said, oh my God, there are so many pieces in the Santa. And I have to say, she's absolutely 100% right. Santa has so many pieces. And and they're very intricate. I ended up cutting all of the entire project on cardstock for intricate cuts. And even then I had some problems with like the wheels, like right here, and some of these smaller pieces. So challenging. But if you like to do intricate projects, and you like Rob and Bob, this is a great one to try. Okay, so let me show you where these come from. I'm going to start new. I will make this project available in Design Space when I get pictures of them, because now you need to put a picture in if you're going to make a project public, and I didn't have pictures until now. So let's start by opening up Design Space. Here's Design Space, okay? And by the way, there are no, I've noticed there's a huge update, and you should be updating that. Always do the updates, because they usually resolve quite a bit of problems. And I guess I probably should tell you, there is a place now. I'm trying to find it. If you go to I don't know if it's, you go to home, but you can I think message the folks over at Cricut. I'm just trying to look for it. There's Cricut Learn. There's the heat guide. There's a shop. What is this? New navigation tour. There used to be a thing here that would let you send feedback. And I don't know where it is. I don't know. Yeah, no, I saw that, Loretta. It's not that it's not right, but it's on the left side. So if you want to change it, you could change it, right? Um, so I don't know where you're supposed to be able to leave feedback, but there used to be a feedback thing. Anyway, let's go to the canvas, and we're going to go to images. Okay. Now you notice that Cricut has so many images now, 600,000 images. And I'm not sure. I mean, I like the selection, but it becomes really hard when you're looking for a specific image, something you might have in your head or that you saw, and you're like, where do I find that? And also now with the contributing artist program, it just sort of made all the images sort of just blossom. And so there's quite a few. So I'm going to go and lean on something that I know works, because I haven't been playing around with Design Space a whole lot. And I'm going to show you what it is. And that is image sets. Okay. So when you hit, let's just go back here. I'm going to hit images like this, right? And how do I do it? Let's go back to the canvas. Come on, canvas. Okay. Here, this is all images. Okay, so you'll notice that there are these columns, and there's even licensed content over here. If you're interested in licensed content, I don't generally do licensed content, so because you have to pay for them extra, and I generally don't do them, and I also don't have a kid who's into this stuff. So if you're interested in licensed content, there are some creators that do those projects. So you can go and seek those people out. But I do use this entire thing. So here up here is browse, okay? And then you'll see over here highlighted categories. There's subject, there's the type of graphic, which is really interesting. And then there's a theme. So things like seasonal, they've got sympathy, they've got cards, that sort of thing, which are really cool things to explore. But if you're looking for something quick, like you want to do this project that we're doing today, I would advise you go to image sets. And so when you go to image sets, you'll notice that all the images are in a grouping, which makes it a little bit easier to find what I'm looking for. It makes it, for me, a little easier. So there's over 6,000 image sets, which is still quite a bit. But we're going to go to one of our favorites, and that is Rob and Bob. This is a designer that's been working with Cricut for a really long time. And you just type in the name Rob or Bob, and you will get the 14 image sets that are here as part of Rob and Bob. Bob Studio. The most popular one is this one. Is called The Best of Rob and Bob. And when you click on it, you will see there are quite a few images for just about any holiday, including Valentine's, Halloween, Christmas, what else? St. Patrick's Day. There's a lot of them in here, and we've done a whole lot of these images. So these are just really fun. They're sized correctly and everything. There's really literally nothing you have to do except cut them out, which it can be challenging on some of these images. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the images that look like they're sort of 3D. So here's one of them. It's the Santa, and you see it kind of looks a little more 3D than this one, and that's indicating to me that it's got an ornament card in it. So there's one. There are 4. Let's just kind of scroll so you can see where to get these. There's our llama. And here is our elf, little elf on the shelf kind of thing. And then the 4th one is around here. Oh, there it is. There's the sloth. Now, once you click on them and you see that has that green around them, you're going to choose Add to Canvas, which is down here on the bottom right. Okay. So let's click on that. Now, when they come in, they're rather big. When they come in, you'll see that they also come with an envelope. And if you were to ungroup this, so let's just look at the Santa one first, and you were to ungroup this, you can see that the actual, I'm going to arrange this to the back. But this card on the front is actually 10 by 7. 10 by 7 folded is 5 by 7, which is a pretty standard size for a card. I honestly would not go smaller, especially with the Santa card. By going smaller, you could end up with teeny tiny pieces, and then you'll be driving yourself crazy trying to find them all and make sure that they cut right and everything else. So I would cut them at this exact size or larger. And then they give you this wonderful envelope, which I've used for other cards because it works out great for 5 by 7 inch cards, and it's easy to cut. A lot of times you find when they have the 5 by 7 inch cards, they've had to break it up into like the flap of the envelope and then the body of the envelope, and that to me, it's like a little bit sloppy. So I kind of like this. It's all one piece. All right, now these this is something Loretta brought up. So in the inside, so this is your outside piece for your card, and this is the inside piece. And Loretta was mentioning this was wrong because it says Happy Holidays on the left hand side, and we're used to seeing sentiments on the right hand side. So if this doesn't seem right to you, what you can do is you can click on this and hit detach. And then you'll be able to move this over to the right side. So let's see if I can't move. Let's move these pieces. So you can move it over to the right side and then make sure you grab the entire thing and then do attach on the bottom right hand side. Now the top layer of the card has what I call, let's bring this back, thumb holes. It reminds me of my Bible with the, where the little thumb cutouts are, so you can find the correct chapter and verse you're looking for. That's all that it reminds me of. But it's put in there so that you can put the image or the little ornament that you're going to create, which is the Santa ornament, right onto the card. So then when somebody gets it, they can take it off. They get the card and they go, oh, how nice. And they can, there's a little hole there, and they can just go ahead and hang that up. And when you're doing this, you can put it like this. This is for all 4 of these cards. So let's have a look at the llama. I just love this card so much, and inside is a gift card holder, but you could do whatever you want. You could put whatever sentiment you want in there. And here is what comes out. There's my little llama, and he has a hole there, and I've put a little bit of those pop dots right in there. Okay. So, and then when it's time to give this away and mail it off or whatever, you're going to put, obviously, you're going to put your gift card in there. If you don't have a gift card, then you could just not cut out the gift card. And I found it helpful when you're when you're trying to get the card in there to use something like this to get it onto the card itself, like this. We'll go over that a little bit more, but I just love these. These are really cute for somebody that's far away, that maybe you want to send something to and have it feel like the holidays. And Cheryl pointed out yesterday that llamas are a big deal during Hanukkah, and I didn't know that. So this might be a really cool card to do for Hanukkah. And there you could put a little gift card in here, and then you could change it up. So anyway, the thing that I found about these cards is there's a lot of pieces. It's sort of like there are some Rob and Bob's. It's sort of like a card that we did with Rob and Bob over July, which it was beautiful, but so many tiny pieces. Now, if tiny pieces bother you, you're probably going to want to skip these cards, particularly the Santa card, because there are some really tiny pieces. Just so you can see, look at these pieces. I had to cut the black and the white out twice because they didn't even cut very well using cardstock for intricate cuts. But while we're on that conversation, I just thought I would point out cardstock for intricate cuts with you so that you know what I'm talking about, because a lot of people do not know what I'm talking about. So let me just erase these guys, not erase, but hide them. So let's say you say, Rita, I'm going to take you up on the challenge, and we're going to make the Santa on the bike. So I'm going to just, this is what you would see when you hit make it. So here is our card base, and then you'll see that there's actually 14 different colors. So this is great if you have a lot of 8.5 by 11 or you have a lot of scraps. But what you need to do when you're cutting them out is you need to use a special setting. So let's hit continue. And what we're going to do is we are going to go to browse all materials. And we're going to look at cardstock. So I like cardstock. I generally cut only cardstock. I don't do fabric. I rarely do like iron-on and vinyl. So cardstock is sort of my medium of choice. And sometimes you have some pretty intricate cuts that you have to do, and they thankfully added this cardstock for intricate cuts. It's right at the top of cardstock. Now I will tell you, it takes the machine longer to cut intricate cuts. However, that is so to slow it up so there won't be that many mistakes, or that it would cut correctly. So when you use intricate cuts, if you're cutting it out, this is a problem I found out yesterday, is with 14 different colors, cutting that all out on intricate cuts takes a really long time. So if you do want to do this, you do need to take the time to do that. Okay. All right, so let's put these together because we don't need to cut these things out. You guys know how to cut things out. So just to show you what we're dealing with here. So there is the llama one, and this is what it comes with, is the gift card holder, and there's our little llama. And there's the envelope. And then here's our Santa. And he comes off like this. And here's the interior. And you're going to want to use that interior card in there because of the way that these are set up. So let's do the llama first because it's funner, more fun. You're going to need for this llama card some double or what I call pop dots. So here, that's what these are. Now you can buy these just about anywhere, or if you don't have it, you can just get foam tape. But these are pop dots, so they're circles, and you're going to need those. You're going to also need some glue. So here's some glue, and I've also used some double stick tape. So let's work from the outside in. Here is the envelope, and I'm just going to fold it at all four sides. Now, I just used my scoring stylus for this, and because I was just like, I don't want to get out, I have a maker, and the maker used the scoring wheel, but I just didn't want to get it out, and I wish that I had, because the scoring stylus doesn't really do the best job. And because I chose to use this paper, which is a patterned paper, it's hard to see where that stylus is or where it has made a mark. So I'm going to just kind of fold it in both places, just like this. I'm going to take my double stick tape, and I am going to just take a little bit, put it right here. And then I do need a weeding tool because I'm working with double stick tape. And I'm going to just lift this off just like that and fold it here. It almost is like exactly at that, it matches up. You know, people that match up everything like that, wow. I don't have the time for it anymore, but it's just amazing when they can match up like gift wrap. And I mean, it's pretty. I don't know. It looks pretty. I'm usually, because I have a son, I'm usually just wrapping, like last minute wrapping everything that I don't care as long as it has paper on it. I don't care what it looks like. But things have changed. He's 18 now, so his list, which by the way, you think the list would get shorter as he got older. No, his list is 2 pages long, including a letter to Santa Claus, which I thought was funny. And I'm going to put a little bit of double stick tape right here at the top. So when I go to close it, I can just take that part off and close it and seal it. Okay. Then we've got the, where is it? Oh, it's down. Is it down here? Where's my red piece? Oh, here it is. So there's our red piece. We're going to fold that in half. Like this. Now I'm folding into the score because that's where the score was when I used my scoring stylus. But then I'm going to turn it around and open it up like this. And you'll see that I've got these 2 slits. And that's going to be important for when we put this together. So I'm going to fold this second piece like this. And if you want to do this part, there is a little piece here that is for the gift card. So you just fold that all 3 sides here. And here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these corners right here. I don't think that's the glue I was using. Here it is. Here's the glue I was using. And I'm just putting right here. And then I could also, then from there, once that's caught on, I'm going to use my double stick tape And look at me trying to do two things at once. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Last year, I was so happy to be Mrs. Claus for the Create and Escape Christmas. What was it? Breakfast with Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I just got asked to do it again. So I'm so excited because I have a beautiful costume and it's been in my closet waiting and to get invited. So we're going to be doing that. We're actually going to do it. I'm doing it twice actually. The first time is for the holiday stroll and the second time is for breakfast with Santa and Mrs. Claus. So I'm so excited about doing that. All right, so there's our double stick tape on here. You can kind of eyeball it where you're going to put it. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to also take some double stick tape and put this on, but not just yet. Let's focus on the actual llama. So here is, look, Fa-la-la-llama, Fa-la-la-llama. I put too many L's in there, I think. Too many la's. Fa-la-la. Wait, Fa-la-la-llama. And then here is the offset piece. And this is the backing, which I cut from gold foil. And then I cut all of these pieces here. Now, you will see that when you're putting this together like this, you'll see that there is a little bit of, let me just show you. You have to put this piece underneath here so that it's, let's see how it's on here like this. So there you go. And then we're going to put this piece here. But before we do that, we're going to take the other pieces of the head, which are right here. So there is the head. And you don't have to do this, but I think it makes it look really nice. We're going to take and we're going to pop dot those three pieces. So it really looks like that llama is popping right out of the wreath, right? So we're going to put a couple of pop dots on here. Hey, did you guys see the brand new, I cannot keep up with these guys, these awesome guys at Dreaming Tree. They have a brand new set that includes an advent calendar, which I've been wanting to make an advent calendar that I could reuse and not have to put like little treats in there, because nobody in my house would really be going there. If you had a little kid, then maybe, but I've been wanting to make an advent calendar. It has that, and it also has a tissue box that looks like a little, you know, Santa's workshop kind of thing. And I thought, oh God, that's so cute. I would love to make those, you know, for my bathroom and stuff. We use a lot of tissues around here. And so I'm like, oh man, I got to buy another $10 worth of images so that I can get those for free. And you know, I'm so frugal. I mean, I know I can buy it outright, but I'm like, I will just get something that I haven't purchased. But I've purchased quite a few of theirs. And so I feel like I'm getting behind, because we have the Putz houses, those little houses with the church that we want to do, and then there are things from years past that I want to do, and I'm like, oh Leo, go easy on me, I only have so much time to craft. And Lori Jo, who is a moderator in my online Facebook group, she wrote something yesterday. She goes, I made these gift tags. I probably shouldn't have been making them, but I made them, and that's how I feel. It's like, all I want to do is craft all day, but you know, people still need to eat, in my household, and or you know, the house needs to be straightened up, tidied. I still have to go to appointments and things like that, but all I ever want to do is just sit in the nice sunlight on my porch, which is where I am now. Come on. And just craft my heart out, surrounded by paper, and then I just listen to my music, and it's just, oh, it's so soothing. And I remember when, you know, I just didn't have time to do crafting, and that time was really very special. But now it's like I could craft any day of the week, which is good. But it means I do craft every day of the week when I'm feeling well. All right, so there's the second layer. You see how that's created there? And then we're going to put this right on the third layer. And while we are doing that, let's put our little things that determine that this is a llama. And this is what people were asking about. This is called a quick stick. It helps you put your small pieces. So right here, you see the little, and it has like sort of a wax tip there. So you can either put the glue on there. Is this going to come out? All right. And place it like this. And if you have to, you can use that bottom piece. I put a little too much glue there. Or you can put the glue on the piece that you're going to be gluing, just like that. And place it like this. Did I put them on the right way? I guess. Yeah, it would be wider in the ear at the top. Okay, and then we've got his little nose. It's going to go right here, and then I forgot to put this on my example, but this goes right here, like his little harness, and then the eye. So cute, so cute. We have a wonderful, we actually have 2 farms here in Peabody, which is, I'm told, is an unusual circumstance in our area, because we, you know, Massachusetts, we've built up and there's very little farmland left. Do I put this here like that? Yeah. So for a city to own two farms is pretty unusual. But anyway, the one called Brooksby Farm, which is our apple orchards, and they do all kinds of, they do peaches and all that stuff. Anyway, they do have a like an area where they're different. I'm going to put this on here while I'm thinking of it. An area where they have all kinds of animals. And some of the animals are kind of funny. Like, we have some people in the city that raise chickens. And there's a rule in this city that you can raise chickens, yes, but you cannot have roosters, because they wake people up. And we're kind of a quite built in city, and so when people accidentally, and it does happen, when people accidentally purchase a chick that ends up being a rooster, they have to give it away. And so they, over there, they take everybody's roosters. So it's kind of funny. I don't think they actually have any laying chickens. So anyway, thought that was funny. Okay, so see how he goes in there, and we're going to take these pieces and we're going to overlap them. This is all cut out so it will fit. And just going to use our glue, little tiny dots. And when And the farm closes like after the holidays. It closes because they're not producing any uh, fruits or vegetables during the winter months, and so they close, and it turns into a little cross-country ski place. But the animals stay. And back when my son was little, we would make gingerbread houses, and whether you make it from a kit or whatever. And I'm like, okay, what do I do with this gingerbread house after the holidays are over? And they get quite hard. They do get quite hard. So I would bring them up, or we would, my son and I would go there and feed them to the llamas or alpacas. I don't know what they were, but they have like an emu and a ostrich, and oh, they have quite a few animals. Anyway, they loved them. Sheep, they have sheep, and they probably like the sweetness of the gingerbread. And I thought that was just a fun memory to have with my son. He probably doesn't remember it. All right, so there is our lovely llama. Let's go ahead and take care of the fa-la-la. I'm having trouble with that. All right, so we're gonna put little tiny drops of glue here. Remember, not too much glue, just enough to hold that stick in very strategic places. And there we go. All right. Let's lift this up and put this on here. Cute. And the other thing is that if you're using gold foil, you don't want to get glue on it because it doesn't wipe off very well. We are going to need some pop dots for this, so let's go ahead and grab our sheet again and put them on just enough to make sure it's lifted in all the right places, you know. You don't want them to show through, though. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just take those other sides off. Now we're not going to glue the llama to the card. That's why we have those slits on the card. But let's go here. But this piece here does go on the outside of the card. So it's going to go right here. There we go. And then we take our llama and use the bottom slit. We're going to put this part, you don't have to, but I found out that if you use this part, it's the way it was intended. But if you have to, you can probably put this right in there. And then the ear, or one of the ears, sort of tucks in like that. All right, and then we'll put the inside piece of the card on. I did that after the fact because I wanted to be able to get my llama onto the front of the card. So I'm just going to put a couple pieces of double stick tape. And all right, see, we wouldn't have had time to do all four. So I'm glad that I just chose two. There we go. And then just press that in there. And there is our adorable llama ornament card with a gift card holder. Isn't that cute? And we can put that in the envelope just like this once we put our gift card in there, and that is a nice little present, or you could mail it, of course. So let's do now this Santa one, which is, I will say, was a little challenging putting together. I don't think we need to put together the envelope. It's the same envelope as the llama. And then you'll see, he's not in there. So you'll see all these little tiny pieces, all right? So let's go ahead and focus on those little tiny pieces. So I cut this out with a brown background. It was more like a gray or an off-white, maybe even a white you could do. But there is the base piece, and then we're going to just kind of like paper piece all of these things together. So these are the big pieces, is the green and the black. So let's go ahead. Where's my glue? Glue's always running around on me. And just put these little pieces, put some glue here, not a lot. I cannot believe it is almost Thanksgiving. I still have 4 turkeys to assemble, which I said I was going to do over the weekend, but I didn't do over the weekend. I'm finding, for me, because I'm like kind of in recovery, I'm still, you know, getting active treatments, is that at night after dinner, all I want to do is just kind of lay down. I never, ever was like that before. So this is a brand new thing for me, is that I just want to like put my feet up and just lay down and rest. So I'm listening to my body, as everybody tells me to. Now I'm going to make sure that it matches up at this hole right there. Right. There we go. But yeah, like 6 o'clock, I'm like, I'm ready for bed. And my mother, she always goes along with me, agrees with me. Oh yes, let's go to bed. So we wait until whatever Hallmark movie is over. We watched like I thought it was the longest one yesterday, and I was like, wow, you could have told this story in 10 minutes and be done with. It was like not even a very good plot. But we watched it. We watched it anyway, and then I found out that there's more than one Hallmark channel. There's like a mystery channel and a drama channel, and then there are other channels that are getting in on the Christmas stuff. And then of course you got TBS, who they started out just playing A Christmas Story every Christmas for 24 hours, and now I think they've expanded that to be other stories or whatever. So just kind of a lot of Christmas, if you're looking. You know, I remember growing up, there was always one episode on your favorite show for Christmas. They didn't have a lot of Christmassy stuff, I think, because it's not what they call evergreen material. All right. Like they couldn't play it in the summertime. All right, so this is going on my card, including the sun. So there's our 2 pieces for the sun, just like that. And then we have the package that looks like it's bumping out of the carriage, or the whatever that is, you know, your little basket. So that's going to go here. Let's turn it this way. Yeah, so This weekend is that weekend right before that you're like, I can't start baking just yet. What can I do to prepare? And you end up being just cleaning your house. And then you spend the rest of the time, the rest of the week getting ready for turkey dinner, Thanksgiving, if you're here in the United States. I know that Canadians have their let's see, their Thanksgiving earlier. And then all the madness that is Black Friday. I used to go out on Black Friday. I was out there. Now, Massachusetts, we have blue laws, so they could never open up on Thanksgiving Day because the blue laws said that that is a family day, basically, and you can't ask people to work those days. Isn't that great? Remember? I remember the days when on Sunday the only thing that was open was like a convenience store, and that was it. And we managed okay without having to shop on a Sunday. We managed okay, and we had a lot of family dinners. We actually started doing family dinners more, and it's been kind of fun, sort of like a revisit of the 70s and 80s. So the rest of this is just piecing the paper together. But remember, when you're cutting this out, if you're cutting this out, you need to use that intricate cuts, the cardstock for intricate cuts, because otherwise you will be driving yourself crazy having to redo all the pieces. Now, especially hard is the black pieces, and there's a lot of them. So keep that in mind. You do family? Yeah, no, I know. But back before online shopping, because my son and he really at one point he loved these Thomas the Train, and they had like two different kinds of Thomas the Train. They had wooden ones, and then they had sort of more like matchbox ones, and the wooden ones they sold at a discount at a store that I really like to go to, but it's closed now, called AC Moore. And so on Christmas, on Black Friday, they would you get 50% off, and then if you got there early enough, you get like 25% off your total. And so I remember one time I went in there, I just bought tons and tons of Thomas, the wooden Thomas, and so he had like every single thing, and I didn't pay a whole lot for them. They were expensive. So let's see. I kind of miss those days when like a Lego set or Thomas the Train. Now my son's asking for things that I'm like, how am I going to find these things? Because he really likes all that vintagey stuff, and I'm like, all right, where am I supposed to find all this stuff again? And so I don't know. I even told him, I said, you realize I'm not going to be able to find all this stuff that you put on here. He goes, oh, I know. But I just thought I'd put it on there. So maybe I'll find a few things. I do know that he wants like a walkie-talkie set, like a real walkie-talkie set. And I wanted to get him a new jacket, a new coat. So that's what I think I'm going to do. All right, so there's Santa's head. Boop-a-doo. And that's going to go here. I'm noticing that I'm missing the little pom-pom on his hat, and I'm going to have to cut that out. And then let's go ahead and do his, wait, there, this way. There's his, man. All right, here. Okay, so this is gonna rest right here. Let's see, I'm gonna rest right there. So this is gonna go right up in here. Yeah, but you can see what I mean. This is a lot of paper piecing. It's a lot of cutting out. So make sure you make it for somebody who appreciates it. I've been spending a lot of time because she takes me for some of my appointments, but with my friend Stacy down at the dollhouse, and she said, she's like, I don't make anything, because she is an expert knitter, and she gave me a beautiful beret to wear because I'm wearing my hat everywhere, even in the house. And she gave me a beautiful beret, and I'm like, see, I'm wearing it. And she said, I don't make for other people that don't appreciate it. And then she told me this funny story about one of her customers, because she works at a yarn store, and one of her customers made this really beautiful Fair Isle sweater with elephants on it, and her granddaughter said, well, I just like looking at it, I don't want to wear it. She goes, that's it, not making her anything else. And I was like, wow, way to get cut off by the grandmother. But it is true that, you know, some people do appreciate the handmade stuff and other people just don't. And so why give it to people that don't appreciate it? Why bother? I remember my friend Molly one time said, well, you know, you throw them out. I said, oh, I like to send the cards. And then she says, well, you know, everybody throws them out. And I'm like, what? No, I don't ever throw away a card. And especially if it's been handmade. I'm like, no, this goes in like as part of the decorations. But it's like, I cannot even imagine. I have trouble throwing away my own stuff, you know? All right, so look at these little tiny shoes, boots, I guess. Look at that boot. All right, so let's pick that up. Put a little glue here. And put that in. And then we've got the two mittens that are black, which kind of weird. I thought they'd be red, but they're black. For people that are going to appreciate it. When I was knitting a lot, I used to knit sweaters. Oh, so many sweaters. And then I got to a place where people, you know, it's like they really didn't appreciate it. So, and then I never made for myself. That's the thing. I never made the stuff for myself. I always made it for someone else. I don't know if this is going to go here or not. I probably should have tested it out. I think this one goes here. Got to hold on to that handle. Yeah. So it looks like I'm missing the little pom-pom on this, but otherwise it worked out okay. And put that there. Okay, so I think that's everything. I like I said, I had to cut some of these out twice, which is a problem. So let's see. So here is the card. Now you're going to put the sun and the package right there. You might want to do it after, and we're going to put it right on here, just like that. And that is our Santa card. So I hope that you enjoyed watching me make these, and that you might give them a try. That's a great idea, Loretta. So Loretta put a string on there so that way it's ready to be hung on the tree. And she tucked it into the back. And there is our Santa and our snowman. So yeah, it's buffering a little bit. All right, everyone. I think that's going to do it for me. I have a nurse coming soon. So I will see you again on Friday. Remember, we're going to be doing the Fulton Avenue project. Sorry, that's the nurse. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.